I get phone calls like this all the time. Hello, can I take my PADI open water course with you? To which I reply, no, but I can do the SDI open water course for you. So which agency is best? Let's dive in and find out. Ladies and gents, welcome back to Tampa Bay Diving. My name is Blake and I'm a professional recreational scuba diving instructor and content creator, and I make these videos with the sole purpose to help you improve your dives. If you'd like to help out our channel, please dive down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring that dive bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. So, there's this myth floating out in the waters that there are training agencies that are better than others. Now, that's not entirely true. Students outside of surveys and other limited circumstances rarely interact with the agencies. That job is left to the instructors and the dive centers. We pay them an annual fee to be able to teach their courses, and the students come to us to learn how to scuba dive. Now, after you've taken your course, you'll probably receive a survey asking you how your experience was, and if there was an incident, then they might be in communication with you. So how do you pick your agency? Well, you don't. You may not have a dive center or an instructor representing every agency in your area, but what you should be focused on is finding the right instructor for you. You need to look for someone who has a teaching style that fits best with how you learn. Someone who is going to put your mind at ease, make this an enjoyable experience for you, and add value to your learning, as well as finding an instructor with an internationally recognized training agency. Now, there are two big organizations that govern scuba diving internationally, and that is CMAS, or its English title, World Underwater Federation, and WRSTC. The WRSTC, or World Recreational Scuba Training Council, pertains to most of us. This council is broken down into different regions such as the US, Canada, Europe, and Japan. They are composed of agencies such as PADI, NAUI, SDI, SSI, and RAID, and others who all get together and agree on a set of minimum standards to which they can certify scuba divers at. Now, minimum standards are just that, the bare minimum to which the instructor is required to teach you. My advice is to find an instructor that will provide you with more than the minimum requirements. And don't get me confused, I'm not advocating for breaking standards. I'm simply saying that there are plenty of things that your instructor can add into the course to help you, such as showing you how to clean your gear, providing info on extra dive sites, recommending apps for your phone to help you plan dives such as wind, tide, current, and much more that are supplemental to the course material that you'll receive. Getting certified with one of these agencies helps ensure that your certification will be accepted in most regions around the world. I hold C cards with multiple agencies in the WRSTC. I've dived in various parts of the world, and I've never been turned away when asking to show proof of certification for whichever type of diving I'll be doing. Now, why is that important? Because we as divers have the innate desire to travel and explore various destinations. It's just who we are. It's no fun diving the same site in the same manner day after day after day. Now, another factor that should be considered when selecting a course is, will my dive insurance accept my certification? So as a diver, you should have some form of accident or liability insurance to help cover unforeseen circumstances, because a ride in the decompression chamber is more than likely not covered by your basic health insurance. But if your policy does cover it, let me know, the carrier, because I'd be interested in getting a quote. So prior to scheduling and paying money for training, you should verify that it is covered by your dive insurance. Before you embark on your journey of learning a new course or skill, call or preferably email your dive insurance company and ask them if a particular course is covered under your policy. I say preferably email because it's always better to have everything in writing. Now, with the bigger agencies that I mentioned earlier, most dive insurance companies will cover any incident as long as you are adhering to the limits of your certification. For example, if you are an open water diver, then don't dive beyond your max depth to what you are certified for. Now, if I do training with one agency, does that mean I have to do all of my courses through that agency? As a member of the WRSTC, all of the agencies agree to the same minimum standards, and they gladly accept other member agencies' certifications to satisfy their course prerequisites. So if you take your open water certification with PADI, any of the others will gladly accept that and teach you your advanced certification. Now, there may be certain situations which might require you to do more on your part, such as if you have not dove in a while, they might require you to do a refresher course, and rightfully so. I have students come to me all of the time that have their open water through a different agency than SDI, and they ask to take a specialty course. Agencies see it as a win because they have successfully stolen business from a competitor. So when does agency selection become important? So in essence, for students, the training agency doesn't matter. Like I said earlier in the video, find an instructor with an internationally recognized training agency. The agency is recognized by your dive insurance and that you mesh well with. Agency selection matters to diving professionals. At the end of every year, we have to renew our memberships by paying agency dues. Each and every single professional has their own reason for choosing an agency. And yes, some have a cult-like loyalty to a particular agency. So I was a dive master with NAUI and then SDI, and I rose up to be an instructor with SDI. And I've been with them ever since I crossed over. But what makes me stay with them? Well, there really are two reasons, and the first is money. The cost for renewals, along with incentives that they offer to renew, are very competitive, and there hasn't been an offer from a different agency that's enticing enough for me to sit through a 2.5 to 3 hour crossover course. And the second is customer service. I can open up a chat online very quickly and receive a response. I can pick up the phone and call headquarters and receive a, "Hey Blake, what's going on? How can I help you?" Shout out to Viviana and Victoria and all the staff down there who are always so helpful. I don't have to listen to elevator music. I don't have to deal with an automated machine. Give the video a thumbs up if you've ever wanted to slam one of those machines on the ground and stomp on them. I can go into the office and have a conversation with Brian, the president of International Training. I can even bring my big baby Zelda with me. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh yes, oh there's a big baby. Oh yes, you see them? Yes. Yes. Oh, good girl. That's right, Zelda, you heard me. And yes, I'm a 90s video game nerd. So now we have a couple announcements for the channel. We have an amazing group trip to Roatan that we're gonna post soon. I'm just working on making the brochure, putting it up on the website, tampabaydiving.com. As soon as that's ready, I'll be sure to let you all know here, and it's gonna be one that you'll remember for the rest of your life. And we also have a new series called On Location that is in the works. By the time you're watching this, we'll already be at our first location, so I'm gonna hold it quiet for now, but if you'd like to know where we're at and where we're filming, subscribe to the channel and follow the community tab, and I'll post some pics of where we are filming. And I'll put it up on our Instagram and our Facebook too, at Tampa Bay Diving. Well, ladies and gents, I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've got some value from it, or at the very least enjoyed seeing Zelda. Dive down and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that dive bell. And I'll be back next week with another video, but until then, plan your dive and dive your plan.